Welcome to the premiere of FreeMind, a show that explores what truly matters and follows the beat of our hearts. Today, we uncover the spiritual war amidst physical battles of our time. In a world of cancel culture, don't be afraid to express yourselves and beliefs. While we should respect others' feelings, freedom of speech should not be overshadowed. We need to see beyond surface level disagreements and not take everything so personally. Free Mind encourages you to be yourselves. Let your voice be heard, for it leads to understanding, empathy, and personal growth. Amidst it all, remember the unwavering love that Jesus has for us. Welcome to Free Mind, where we embrace the freedom to express ourselves and discover the power of love. Together, let's challenge the world and follow the calling in our hearts. I'm free-minded Rob. What a time to be alive. So let's break into the show. It's always going to be broken down into three parts, maybe four, maybe five, depending on how much there is to talk about. But the first part will always be what's trending on Twitter. And right now, nothing is trending more than the riots going on in France with the hashtag France has fallen. Now, before we get into the clips, I just want to share a little bit of my thoughts, which personally I believe these riots don't help anyone. You know, I understand people are upset. The life of a 17-year-old was lost, but destroying the businesses that you go into on your day-to-day and stealing cars out of parking lots, it doesn't help anybody. I understand you think somehow you're making a statement, but this needs to stop. Check these clips out.
Voilà, première avenue c'est fait, la suite c'est en train. Les femmes elles se régalent hein.
Je me suis mis le bâtiment à feu. Le bâtiment il est à feu.
La mafia, les Arabes, viens gros, la mafia, c'est nous les Arabes, viens.
Vous venez quand on n'est pas là, bande de PD. Hein.
Ouais, je sais, niquez vos mères. Niquez vos mères. C'est nous les Arabes, bande de fils de pute.
Allez, plus sur 10 ans, on va vous continuer. N'importe où, vous continuez.
On va venir vous chercher chez vous, hier, on va venir vous chercher chez eux maintenant. Vous êtes venus, maintenant nous on va venir aussi. Vous avez fait appel à toute l'Europe, vous êtes 150. Tu vas voir nous quand on va appeler toute l'Europe.
Mostly peaceful protests, right? I mean, come on, guys. What type of statement are we really trying to make here? Okay? The French people, I understand you guys are hurt. I understand the life of a 17-year-old was lost. But you destroying your own businesses and destroying the stores that you're going to have to go into eventually does not make a statement. It only makes a statement against yourselves. Okay? And I don't know if you noticed, but in the back, in the writing, it said, Viva la Russia. Okay? Listen, I'm all up for standing up to tyrannical governments, but really make it about standing up to that government. You guys are destroying privately owned businesses in your own backyard. And another thing I want to bring attention to is the influx of immigrants that is being brought into France with their open border policy. Okay? And it's not just me saying this. I'm quoting a Muslim nationalist, a Muslim leader, saying that what they're accepting is the Muslim trash, the people that the Muslim nations do not want in their own city. So they're just letting them go. The people that they want in prison, the people that they don't want a part of society, they're letting them come into France, and this is what you get. This is what happens.
And you imported the garbage that the Muslim countries wanted to put in prison or isolate away from society. You went and you imported them. Why? For cheap labor. But these Islamist extremists, they don't want to work. They want free welfare. They want to marry French women, blonde hair, blue eyes. They don't have time to work. So look at Poland. They don't complain from Islamic extremism, not a single terrorist attack in Poland. The moment they sense there's a problem, they crack down on it. Polish policy, beautiful. The French, no.
That's one of the main topics really trending on Twitter. As you know, Twitter can be a pretty hectic place, and there's a lot of topics that start trending, but I really wanted to make sure we talked about France. Some crazy stuff happening, as you can see from the clips that I showed you. Now, on to our next segment. We're always going to be talking about something that the media isn't covering, or something that the media is giving what we personally think the wrong negative light. And nothing is more wrong and more of a negative light than what the media is doing to your boy, Donald J. Trump. Yeah, we're going to be talking about him next.
Under crooked Joe Biden, I never called him that. I took the name away from Hillary Clinton. We call her Beautiful Hillary now, and because it was crooked Hillary, now it's crooked Joe, because it's a much more appropriate name.
So the media, they keep playing out Donald as this worn out politician, trying to stay relevant, trying to make a move, trying to pull in a couple people here, a couple people there. But in the rally in South Carolina, he did, let me just make sure I'm getting this right, 50 to 55,000 people. I mean, I'm getting videos on Twitter of people lining up 5 hours before Trump was there to speak. The plane hadn't even landed yet, and they were already overcrowding the area. Check out these clips.
I love that man.
With all the opposition that he's doing things I didn't think could be done.
I love him. Veterans love him.
Everybody coming together and to supporting him.
Keep going. Do not allow them to stop.
We are finally rebuilding our country. We are finally putting America first. We've totally transformed veterans health care, getting long-sought VA choice and VA accountability passed after 50 years.
This guy saved me.
Yeah.
He saved me. Thanks to him, I'm here.
And I don't want you to forget that one of the main topics that Don has been hitting is ending the elites. Whether you believe they are real or not, whether you believe that a shadow government exists, the Don is really bringing out the pain. So stay tuned. For the last segment, I want to talk about Cuba, a topic that's personally important to me. I know right now Cuba is on the news because China wants to eavesdrop on U.S. comms, and they are building a base very similar to the one made back in the Cold War by the Soviet Union. But I want to talk about really what's happening and what they are doing, the dictatorship is doing to its own people. Now, it's important because I am a refugee and I came from Cuba when I was 10, and I lived through it, but right now the kids that are there, they're living through it way worse. I'm talking about people literally have hunger pains because there's nothing to eat. Even if there is something in the grocery store, they don't make enough money to go get it. And whatever there is to eat, either the government elites get it or people that go over there for tourism buy it off the shelf. But I want to show you guys just some clips so you can see what's really happening in Cuba, and maybe I can shed some light on the topic on more of an American side, not so much of a show in Spanish or something like that. But look.
Cuando usted quiera poner un pie ahí mismo se van a acordar. Ahí mismo.
Ya soy una vieja jubilada. Nos envió agua el señor, ya que la pipa no vino. Mira, para poder tener agua. Así es, llané, peruco, de todo.
Anunciaron agua. Caímos nosotros.
All right, so as you can see, it's pretty bad. I mean, people with giant holes in the roofs, collecting rainwater. You saw the supermarkets. That was pretty nasty. All those flies, that was meat that they were going in there to buy. They were actually going to have to pay money for that, which is scary to think. Imagine seeing that here if you go to Walmart. You would never, but they go through this every day. That's their daily life. That's what they get. Now, there is a solution, but the solution has to come from them, from the Cuban people themselves. They need to go out in the streets and shout out for freedom. Obviously, there are some risks involved. There are some dangers that they're going to have to go through because the Cuban government took their guns. When that regime came in, took everybody's guns away. So they have nothing to really defend themselves with. But something has to be done. Either way, the suffering that they're going through right now doesn't make it worth it. But this is me sharing with you guys what's going on in Cuba. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This was the first episode of Free Mind, and there will be a lot more to come. So please stay tuned and subscribe. I'm your host, Free Minded Rob. Thank you so much for watching. What a time to be alive.